episode of Mimi's Musings podcast. I'm your host, Gungo Mildred, and I'm so happy that you're here with me today. So, I know it's a Wednesday, but I was thinking about something. So, I thought about uploading an episode like twice a week. So, like on Wednesdays and on Saturdays. Maybe on Wednesday I can speak one particular topic, like let's say stories of my life, things that I've experienced personally. And then on Saturdays I can upload about general stuff, like things that are, as I said before, ailing our government, our nation and stuff, like this femicide thing that is just so wrong, but we need to address them. So I thought, let me start today and then we'll see how it goes. I just hope that I'm going to be consistent about it and that every obstacle that I've been facing will slowly be in the rear view, as I move forward. So today I thought about talking about femicide and everything that women are going through in this country. Men, don't get me wrong, I understand that also men face GBV and I get it. People who have never faced it are usually the first one to say, why couldn't you just leave, just walk away, go, and just disappear from this guy's life? It's easy to say when you've never experienced something like that. But people who have, they have a different story. They'll tell you why they stayed. It might not make sense to you, but it made sense to them. And what we should do is be happy that they got out eventually. It's just so sad what is happening. I do not understand why men find it in them to just beat women up, stab them, rape them, kill them. I don't get it. How do you turn from looking at this woman, pursuing her, falling in love with her, and then turning around and ending her life? Or destroying her so badly that she can never really recover? Because I know people say that therapy helps, time will heal, but there'll always be a part of this woman that will be damaged because of what you did. I say this again, I know not all men do it. I know not all men are evil. And as I said, I know also some men go through GBV. But in this case, it's the women who are suffering twice as much, even triple, 1,000-fold as much. Because I don't know, when did men decide that women are so weak? When did men decide that women are so wicked? When did men decide that women do not deserve to be alive? When did men decide that it's their right to take away women's lives? Listen, men are going to say whatever they're going to say. They'll say that she provoked me. She was talking to that other man while she's married to me. She used my money to go to college, and then when she was done, she dumped me. I found her in bed with another man. Oh, I sent her fare, akakula, so hakukuja. All these things. She's trying to take my kid away from me. Oh, she beats me up, so I retaliated. The simplest answer to all of these things is walking away. As a man, you have a right. You can choose to just walk away. Let her be. Walk away. If she has taken you for granted, go to the police station. Believe you me, you will be had more than the woman will be had. Because if a woman is being beaten by her husband and she goes to the police station, in most cases, these police officers usually laugh at her face. And they tell her, hiyo ni mambo ya nyumbani, hiyo ni mambo ya bibi na bwana, enda nyumbani mkaongee, yaishe. And then this woman goes back home and this man comes back and does the same thing again, beats her up, rapes her, because I know there are a lot of stories, a lot of cases of marital rape. But then if a woman reports that, the men, who are mostly the police officers, they will laugh and be like, how can a husband rape his wife? If this woman decides, okay, the police officers are not helping me, and she runs to the church, guess what? The same men who are in the churches are the ones who are going to tell her again, hiyo ni mambo ya nyumbani. Bring the man here, we'll sit down and talk. I think all of you know Ida Alicia. She told her story on Lingugi's show, and she said what her pastor told her. It is just so wrong. And now that there's this story of Flo and her husband. I know there are some stories that have circulated now, a video going around that she hit his car or something. I get it. But does that warrant him stabbing her the way he did? Seriously, does that punishment suit the crime? And this is somebody who is, I don't know, somebody important in the church. And the church looks away. He's not been dismissed from his church. That church has not said anything about what he did. The man had the guts to say that he knows important people, so nothing will be done to him. So the church does not help women when they come out and say, my husband is harassing me. My husband is beating me up. My husband is raping me. It's just so inconceivable to think that a place where I should go as a woman to seek solace is the same place that will tell me, go back to your abusive husband. And then talk to him, lay hands on him so that he can change. As if that is going to make any difference. We as a nation have to understand that yes, it's hard for these partners to separate sometimes. It's hard for a man to walk away from an abusive woman. And sometimes it's hard for a woman to walk away from an abusive husband. If you've never been in that situation, like I've never been, and I pray to God that I'm never am, we cannot know or even begin to understand why people stay. But I hope that we will not judge them for staying as much as they did. But I also hope that we could be able to walk away before it gets too bad. Especially for the abuser. Like, if you're no longer in love with this person, walk away from them. If they're toxic, walk away. If they're spending your money and not really giving you anything in return, walk away. Ukimtumia fare akule, go and report to the police. You have the text messages. You have some sort of evidence. Believe me, as I said, you're a man. The police officers will listen. If you educated them, I'm sure their transcript, kuna receipts, showed them that person will be forced to pay you. There have been cases, people have won such cases. But if, and I repeat this, if you're in a toxic relationship, if your woman does not shut up, if your woman stresses you, if your woman, I don't know what, you think that she's a devil incarnate, leave her and walk away. Just go. Because you are killing all these women, and for what? There's a graph that showed just how many people are killed by the men in their lives. It was 200 and something of women are killed by their husbands. 241 women are killed by their husbands. 130 are killed by their boyfriends. 99% are killed by strangers or unknown relationships. 22 by friends and known people to the victim. 19 by their ex-husbands. 18 by family members. And 17 by ex-boyfriends. Seriously. Why? Why does it have to get to that? Why? It just doesn't make any sense. If you're tired with somebody, walk away. If you're no longer in love with them, walk away. And please, while you're walking away, let them move on as well. Just because you're a baby daddy does not entitle you to this woman's life. Yeah? You quit on her. You went ahead and moved on with another family, another woman, started another family. And then the moment you realize that your ex-girlfriend, your ex-wife is moving on, you now become this self-absorbed man who thinks that the world should be revolving around you, and you come back into this woman's life and you start harassing her. Oh, you cannot be going out with another man. You are my child's mother. What are you trying to teach my son? And then you start harassing the woman. I'm going to take my child away if you continue seeing that man. And you forget that you yourself, you've moved on. You have another family. So why does your woman, your ex-woman, have to be single just because she's a mother to your child? She starts dating, you start saying, oh, anafundisha mtoto wako vibaya, mbona analeta mwanaume kwa nyumba. Why? The moment you move on, move on. Be there for your child, but mwache mwanamke akae maisha yake. Unless you think that your child's life is in actual danger and you have proof that you can actually go to court and sue this woman, just let her be. Just let her be. Walk away. You're no longer in love. Walk away. She's too toxic. Walk away. You're falling in love with somebody else and you don't know who to choose. The fact that you have fallen in love with another woman or man, because, life, means that you no longer love the first one as much as you did. So move on and let her be. Just let her be. Women do not owe you their lives for whatever crime they commit. Like, even the government, they no longer condone, death penalties. For heinous crimes. Somebody commits murder and they're not sent to, the death penalty. They're not sentenced to death penalty. They are sentenced to life imprisonment. So, that crime that you think your woman has done to you, why not take it forward and let her go and serve that life imprisonment thing? Why take her life? That aside, there's this other category, not to say that some of them are better than others, no. All of them are just disgusting human beings who should be in prison for life. But these men who come into our athlete's life, this woman has been running her entire life. She's been training and practicing, waking up early in the cold, going and running in order to be able to perform in the Olympics and in other international, tournaments. And you insert yourself in this young woman's life, pretending to be in love with her, love bombing her, gaslighting her into thinking that she is small if she does not have you in her life. And then she falls in love and you start controlling her money, because the truth is you came into her life just for her money. And then when she finally opens her eyes and decides, like, no, I should be using my money on me, I should be using my money on my family, this man is not bringing anything else to the table, you become the murderer. You decide to take her life because you think she owes you her money, her hard-earned money. Wewe ulimtumianga fare ya 200 ya kuja na bodaboda wherever you are, but sasa career yake pick up. She's becoming well known. She's making huge steps with her life. And you feel like you're entitled to everything that she owns because you are the husband? When did we raise such broken men? When did we raise men who feel entitled to their women's money? I know this might go against a lot of people, but African culture dictates that the man should be the head of the family. The man should be the provider. And I'm not against a woman bringing in something. I'm not against that, by the way. But why let your woman do all the hard work while you party around with your boys? And then when she puts her foot down and says, no, you're not going to be misusing my money anymore, you decide to take her life. And then after that happens, nothing. That man, how many men are out there who have killed our athletes and they're just walking around without any consequences to what they did? A man can actually claim instant madness syndrome after killing the wife, and he will be let go. He'll say it was just something that came into me at the moment. It was like a madness, a sickness that, covered my eyes, and I got all this rage inside of me and I did something unfathomable. But then after that, I snapped out of it and I regret it. And the people will be like, we understand you, we understand you. But then if a woman commits murder, it is said that she had to plan it. She cannot, claim instant madness syndrome. No, a woman was meticulous. A woman planned. A woman was thinking about it. Why do men walk scot-free after committing murder, but women have to pay? Even if it was self-defense. Anyway, what I'm saying is that GBV is just wrong. Nobody should go through it. Men, women, nobody should have to endure gender-based violence. Nobody should be raped in their home by people that they love. Nobody should have to endure all this abuse, emotional abuse and verbal abuse, and eventually physical abuse. Just nobody should have to endure it. If you're no longer in love with somebody, let them go. There's going to be a march on the 10th of December about ending femicide. People are going to be on the streets. They're going to be marching. Women are marching. Men, if you can, also please come out, support the women on their march. Let's come together and try and see if this government is going to finally do something about it. Our female politicians who went there after people fought for them to be there, like to have women in parliament, and now they're there, they're doing nothing about this. Our president, of course, is not saying anything about it. The church now have come against Ruto, but they're not again speaking about this. So, I don't know. Let people go and march, and let's see, maybe the government will be able to hear us this time. Because it's just wrong. I think on the 25th, some people went and marched and they were teargassed by the police at Jivanji Gardens. If I'm not mistaken, I think that happened on the 25th. I think I read it somewhere on Instagram. So I don't know what government fights the people while they're trying to fight for their rights. I mean, Kenya sometimes, this government is just so... It's just so annoying. It's just so frustrating that we have to talk about things that shouldn't even be a matter of discussion. Like, this is something that should not be happening at all. There should be penalties, fines. Like, you commit murder, you go, like, as long as it has been proven without a reasonable doubt that you committed murder, that you raped somebody, that you sodomized somebody, you should be taken to jail for life. For life. For life. There should not be two ways about it or any discussions about it or around it. You did it. It has been proved that you did it. Go to prison for life. Case closed. It's just wrong that people get away with these things. Women shouldn't be dying the way they are. 97 women in the past 3 months died due to femicide. 97 and counting, by the way, in 3 months. And the people who committed most of these murders, they are known people. People know who did that. But our police look the other way as these men go and bribe their way out of those, cases. And there's no justice for the victims. And the worst part is that there's a lot of victim shaming from fellow women because something tells them it can never be them. It can never be me. Why did she do that? Why put yourself in such a situation? Why be with such a man? You say that and you forget that it just takes like you being in the wrong place at the wrong time for any of those heinous things to happen to you. God forbid, but it can happen. So before you go throwing stones at other people's houses, just remember that the same can be done to you. It's not about this thing that people say, what if it's your mother? What if it's your sister? What if it's your daughter? No, they are human beings. Women are human beings. They create life, for God's sakes. If you take us all out, men, seriously, do you think you're going to just be happy by yourself in this world? Don't you think it's going to be a bit boring for you? So please, let's be reasonable about our conflict, solutions. Let us not resort to violence, men, women. All the red flags are usually shown from the moment you meet this person. They'll do something, they'll say something that will make you feel some type of way. Always go with your gut. If your gut tells you this person is bad, believe it. If somebody tells you who they are, believe them. A man says they never want to have kids. Women, don't think that you can change them. A man says that he never wants to be a husband. Don't think that you're going to change him. Women, please listen. Always listen to what they say. Don't be so, blinded by their money or any flashy things that they have and refuse to listen. Don't block your mind from the words they are saying. Listen. Watch their eyes while you're talking to them. Who are they looking at? What are they looking at? What are they saying? Their actions, even the most minimal, look at it, observe it, and understand. Because that could be the, difference between you ending up with a toxic man who will eventually kill you and you walking away and being saved from a life of pain. But again, the funny thing is, if this woman decides to walk away from this situation, that man feels so threatened. He feels entitled to this woman being his, that he goes after her and kills her or harms her in another way. It's high time we ended this. Men, women, it's high time we ended this. So please, if you're available on the 10th, go and help support our sisters, our mothers, our daughters, our nieces, and understand that women, we are human too. Women, we deserve to be alive. We deserve to be heard. We deserve justice to favor us. And we deserve for our fellow women to not judge us because they think that they are better than us. So please, if you can, go and join the march on the 10th of December. That being said, I think I'm going to end today's episode there. Those are my musings on this topic. I know there are a lot of things I can say, but so many people have been talking about it. I feel like it's out there. If you've been on the socials, you have probably heard about it. So I'm not going to rant about it for a long time. I just had to talk about it because it feels like it's so unfair for one species to be just hurt and terrorized because another species cannot just let go. It's just wrong. So if you have stayed with me up to now, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in today. Please like, comment, share, and make sure to subscribe if you have not yet. I'm trying to get to at least 500 followers. Please, please, please click on the subscribe button. Don't just listen and walk away. I'll be very, very appreciative of it. Okay, bye-bye now. Love you.